Hi, guys, welcome back to another meditation series, Getting Started. So, I decided to do this episode as a follow up to the live talk that we had with Pui San a couple of weeks ago, maybe 2 or 3 weekends ago, talking about meditation and the art of mental fortitude. Right? So, I hope you guys got some good takeaways from that series, from that episode. So, as a follow up, I'm going to take you through a step by step guide on how you can start meditating yourself. Because I hope that some of you are starting to adopt this simple practice. It is so simple. What is hard is actually to pull in your focus and to remove the distraction, the thoughts, the environmental distractions around you. So that is hard, and I get it. So, which is why I wanted to share just some tips of what worked for me with you, hoping that you will, make it consistent. Just try it out. Like what Dr. Pui San said, make it into a habit, consistency. So we'll also go through how you can make it into a habit. I have slides prepared this time. Okay? Yeah, so I won't be just speaking freely. I have structure. All right, so starting first with our intro. So these are the things that we're going to go through today. We're going to start here with gathering your things. Figuring out what works for you. So whatever tools that works for me, be they candles, be they podcasts, if they work for me, they might not necessarily work for you. Okay, so step one is to figure out what works for you and to get them ready by your side to start your meditation practice. Okay, so step two is to actually find a place for you to meditate. The criterias, well, not criterias, but the good to haves for your meditation area, zone. And then third, how to make meditation your daily practice. So like anything, the first few times of you doing it, it's going to feel weird, it's going to feel hard. Just like training, we're going to progress slowly. All right, so we'll go through the basics, the tips of how you can eventually make it into a habit. All right, and finally, we will close the session not with cycling, but with an actual meditation practice. I have prepared for you a nice meditation for runners. So start here, gathering your things. All right, so there's many tools that we can use in our meditation practice. So it depends on what type of person that you are. By that I mean your preferred method of receiving information from the outside environment. Okay, so the best way is actually to think back to when you were in school. Okay, you're studying for your exams. How did you study? What was your preferred method of studying, right? So A, B, C. A, do you memorize? Do you close your eyes and do you memorize? You go through sejarah, history, you think about Raja Brooks. Or do you draw mind maps? We have textbooks with mind maps. Long time ago, it's a revision book. Mind maps, or do you draw? Do you doodle? Or do you like to watch videos and other visual aids? Okay. Or do you find yourself when you're studying, find yourself reading? You're actually verbalizing the words that are on the pages of your book. Do you do that? Do you have to hear yourself speaking, right? Or do you find yourself paying very close attention to your teacher in class, right? You just like being in class. You're an A student. Most A students in school were actually auditory people, by the way. So if you find yourself when you're studying, you're restless, you fidget a lot, you need to do something. You play with your eraser, you have a pencil. So when you're revising, you pace up and down, you find yourself restless, but you need to pace up and down your room with your textbook. Do you study that way? All right, so depending on the type of student that you are, you can roughly make out the type of meditator you are. So if you're a visual person, I am, or if you're lucky, and eventually evolve into being all three of these things, then you can use all three of these tools and find one that actually works for you. All right. So if you are a visual person, all right, if you're a visual person, visualizations work for you. Close your eyes and you start to visualize. That works for you. Vision boarding works for you. You cut out pictures or words and stick it up on a board. Put it in front of you. Look at it every day. Meditate over it. That works for you. And piano metronome, the one that goes like this. Yeah. I forgot what it does. It's for the timing of the music. That works for you. And then go and use that one. But what I find works best for me, so it was a journey for me to, in this meditation, learning how to meditate by myself. I also found it sometimes, not all the time, find it hard to really tame the monkey mind, to really focus and really be in the present, be in awareness, even for 2 minutes. So what worked for me was actually this candle. I have many candles, so this is one of them. So I'm going to just go through what I did. I happen to be a visual auditory person. Okay, so I meditate and I study very well that way. Guided meditation worked for me for a while. So I would close my eyes and I would just zone out into, my state. There are times when the mind, I just cannot quiet it. So I need then to bring in my other senses, my sight, my visual. So what you do, and go ahead and try this too if you were like me, light up a candle, put it in front of you, and sit down in your most comfortable sitting position. Make it comfortable for yourself. And then just look and really focus on the flickering flame. All right? And just watch it. And it's okay if your mind wanders. Just make sure to pull it back and just pay attention to the flickering flame. I find that this to be the best if you are a beginner meditator. Just go try it out and do tell me how it worked for you, because for me it worked immediately. It was quite instant and I was just in a pure state of zenful peace after using the candle with my meditation. All right, so if you are an auditory person, Dr. Pui San did a marvelous job in talking about Calm app and Headspace. Those are the two things that they're subscription based. But you can also go into Spotify. There's a lot of guided meditation. So use those. What I have in store for you at the end of today's episode is a guided meditation for runners. So I've actually compiled quite a few. So we'll start with the runners first, okay? Then we'll slowly upload them up on the Spotify playlist. So if you're a kinesthetic person, just to rewind, and if you can see on top of auditory, I have put a picture of a singing bowl. So that's what a lot of yogis do to assist in a meditation practice after their yoga session. Okay, And then if you're a kinesthetic person and you constantly have to be in motion, you're a person who suffers from ADHD, you have to move all the time, then this will be for you. People report back saying that they feel very good after a nice run, after a walk, after an easy ride or a hard ride or a swim zen, right? Because while being in motion, they are in they pull their minds into one spot, into the present. So that essentially what meditation is. It is being hyper aware of your present state, being in the now, the power of now, the power of now. Let me emphasize it differently. Okay, so yes, so that's step one. Figure out what type of person you are. There's so many different ways for you to meditate. So once you hone in on one, try it out. If it doesn't work, again, if the candle worked for me and it doesn't work for you, then try the many things, other things, the guided meditation, the metronome, go out for a walk. Oh yeah, under kinesthetic, gardening. A lot of people say that gardening is therapeutic. Again, it is pulling everything, all of your attention, all of your focus into the now. You're working the soil with your hands, being grounded with the earth, and also prayer beads. If you notice religious habits, you pray with beads, right? You chant and you move the beads. Even in yoga, they use mala beads. So once you have figured out what works for you, gather your things. So mine's pretty simple. My gathering my things would mean getting my mat all laid out, getting ready my candle, and I have oils galore. So if you need oils, I don't sell oils, but you can get them from Karen Chen or Keo. These are wonderful. I love doTERRA. Okay, so the oils, I get them ready. I have my diffuser ready. And then I go to my place, which brings us to topic number 2. But before that, just a quick quote that we don't know how to stop thinking. And that actually deters a lot of people, or a lot of people think that they failed or they're not good at meditation because as soon as their mind wanders, they say, oh, I'm not meditating anymore. I must have done it wrong. No one can do meditation perfectly. All right? We can just do the best that we can. But the more you practice, it is true that the more you practice, the more you are in the habit of taming the monkeys in your mind, the better you will get. And the lesser those distractions will come in, the lesser your mind will wander. And the more you can quiet all those other junk in your head. In meditation, the goal is not to stop your thoughts. You're not supposed to stop your thoughts. It's just impossible. You can't even quiet the thoughts. The goal is just to, like it's written down here in the third line, the goal is to be aware of where your mind is at. Okay, so once you've gathered your things, now it's time for you to bring all these things, my oils, my candle, and go to my sacred place. Okay, so find a place. Depending on what type of, again, it all goes back to your preference. I know of people who prefer to meditate in a seated position, cross-leg position, hands on the knees, very yogic. Even my opening slide is a photo of a woman meditating by the pool, sitting down by the pool, staring into the sea. Okay, so but for me, I like to lie down in a supine position. Okay, so there's many reasons. So choose your most comfortable position for yourself. Again, experiment. Try meditating in a seated position. But if you find that your mind is wandering, right? So I'm trying to make it simplify everything. Your mind starts to wander and you think about your shoulders, you're feeling tense, you're feeling tired, you're slouching, you feel your posture is compromised, your head feels tilted, whatever it is. So if you find that you are nitpicking on these small, tiny things, bring yourself into lying down on your back. Okay? Um, just remember the cues. You have to be in a relaxed state. So if you want to do those final checks on how to really bring your body into a full relaxed position, you can just scrub through any of the yoga videos to the final Shavasana pose, where I go through the instructions of how you can release from the crown, from top of your head to the tips of your toes, how to make your surroundings very pleasant for you, for your sight, your sound, and the smells. Sight. I know Dr. Pui San says to not make it so bright. I agree with her wholeheartedly. Make it a nice, cool, nice, dimly lit area. And the sounds, keep it quiet. In my living room, I have my AC on, but it's a very low hum sound. And the smells, good smells of the oils would work. Meditate early in the morning when everything is quiet, especially for those of you who stay in a very traffic congested place, condominiums. It gets pretty busy later in the day. So do it early in the morning before you start your day. Duration is not long. You only have to meditate for 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, so turn off your technology, your anything that beeps, your iPad, your phone, and also, um, you know, make sure that you tell your family and friends that you are meditating. I know Oprah meditates in the toilet. That's what she says because that's her only undisturbed time and space that she has. So she goes in for early in the morning for 5 minutes in the toilet, in the restroom. Oh, why am I so crass? Yeah, in the restroom for 5 minutes and meditate and comes out. Okay, so you can do that too. Follow Oprah. Woohoo. So number 4 is permission to log out. Give yourself that permission to tune out, to disconnect for those few minutes out of your day. Okay? All right. So there's also a quote. Don't be weird. Stop making spending time with yourself so awkward. Okay, it's so, again, going back to the whole experience of your first experience of sitting down and closing your eyes. When you find yourself in the company of no one but you, observe the feeling. Because I remember the first time that I did that, like really wanted to meditate because everyone was like saying you must meditate, everyone's doing it. Yeah, for obvious reasons, right? So if you also want to try your first time of meditation, it will feel, like I said, it's unnerving because it's your time with you. You're finally connected with you. I know it's going to sound so woo-woo. You're connecting with the root of your soul, the real you, the one, the unmasked you, the one that's devoid of any facade. You don't have to please anyone. You're just there with you. And how to make it a habit. The third one. Okay, this is just a quote. The body benefits from movement, like, exercise and training. The mind benefits from stillness, which is why a lot of people meditate. Do give it a try, okay? And I really want you to succeed. So we're going to go through the basic steps of meditation. Again, when you start, you will notice that it is hard sitting still for just a few minutes. The mind will wander. And I know I wrote down that just stop, look, and let go. What that means is whenever you start to find yourself holding, as in you're engaging with a thought, stop yourself, look at the thought, and try your best to let it go. It's so easy to say, and I really, really wish I had another way to tell you guys this. But it's true that with practice, you do learn the art of disassociation. You don't get affected by these thoughts so much because they're only thoughts. These thoughts come from the past and their projections into the future. What the goal of meditation is in the now. If this is your first time doing it, start small, start 2 minutes. You can put a timer there. Put a timer on your phone for 2 minutes, let it beep 2 minutes, and then you stop. So do that for maybe a few days until you can progress and add on 30 more seconds into your time. So 2 minutes 30 seconds, 3 minutes 30 seconds, 4, and then up to 5. So the second tip is to include your family. See if you can, ask your spouse or your kids to meditate with you. But if you think that they're going to be a distraction, then start on your own until you can be the person to guide them into their own meditation practice. And also to let them know, like, guys, I'm going to need 5 minutes in the morning by myself in the kitchen. Mommy needs to meditate for 5 minutes. Don't disturb. Just do your own thing, right? And then to set a time, like I said, either beginning of the day or at the end of the day. And just remember that there is no perfect, so grant yourself permission to stay in stillness. A lot of people feel very guilty for taking even 10 minutes for themselves to get reacquainted with, again, the root of your soul. Okay, so we finally arrived at the last part, the end. Section 4, let's meditate. Okay, so before we go into our meditation practice, just one more quote. Feel the feelings, but not become the emotion. Just a quick run through of what you're going to go through is first you're going to get into, I'm going to lower you into an alpha state. So alpha state is when your brain waves start to mellow down. Okay? It is the power of now. It is being here in the present, a resting state for the brain, where the brain is not actively thinking and operating, thinking about the past, thinking about your to-do lists. All right, so we're going to activate the alpha state first. So once you're in that receptive state of alphaness, we're going to go through the guided meditation because in this state, your brain is very open to new ideas, which is why guided meditations work. Positive affirmations work when you are in this state, this brainwave state. Okay? So, so we call this the window to install positive and productive states. So be mindful of the quality of your thoughts. And then after the entire scripted guided meditation, I'm going to slowly wake you up into consciousness. Okay, so we're moving small parts of your body, bringing some awareness into your surroundings, drawing you out of your meditative state. So we're going to go into our practice already. I hope you guys are looking forward to it. If you want to do it along with me right now, I'm gonna give you some time to gather your things. Step one. And go through my own checklist: my candle, my oils, my comfy pillow. Step two, choose your comfortable position. You can do it seated on the floor, on your mat. You can do it sitting on a cushion. Set your setting, close the curtains. Tell your family that you're going to be logging out for 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. And yep, and once you've done that, you can just resume this video and meet me back here. Okay? Start sitting or lying down in a relaxed position. Clear your mind. Focus only on your in-out breath. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Allow noises to drift into the background. Hear them and just let them go. Begin to focus your attention only on the here and now. Nothing else is important at this moment. Take a deep breath. Inhale all the air that you can and exhale out slowly. Allow all the tension in your body to leave you. You are feeling relaxed. You are relaxed. You are letting go of all your worries and concerns. Watch as your mind starts to clear. Your mind is now free of clutter. Let go of the day. Let go of your worries and concerns. You're thinking clearer now. Your body is relaxed and ready to perform. You are focusing only on your body, only on the body sensation. You are comfortable. You are prepared, fit, healthy, well-trained, strong, confident. You are confident that you can meet the challenges of this run. Take a deep breath. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Visualize yourself running. Your posture is perfect. Arms swinging back and forth, crossing just about the midline. Your shoulders are relaxed, and your head is looking straight ahead. Your eyes, your gaze is focused 10 meters in front. And you see the ground in front of you moving past steadily. Your arms and legs are in perfect synchronization, moving effortlessly. Your legs move back and forth like a pendulum, and your feet glide over the ground, touching the surface only briefly, lightly, as if springs are in your legs. The heel of your foot strikes the ground first, just for a second, before it rolls forward, up to the toes as you push off the forefoot. And your other leg lifts high, thrusts powerfully forward, powerfully striding forward, effortlessly, moving forward like a gazelle over the ground. You feel light,
You have boundless energy and enthusiasm. You are moving effortlessly over the ground. You feel light. Your feet are gliding over the surface, lightly touching, only for a second, moving forward, ever forward, gracefully, mechanically, powerfully, controlled, with spring in your stride, moving over the ground like a gazelle, light. Your legs move in perfect synchrony, automatic and effortless. You can feel your body moving smoothly. Your body temperature is comfortably warm. There is a light flow of perspiration over your body. Sweat drips from your forehead down to your face, down your neck, down your back. You feel a cool breeze as it cools down your body. There is a cool sensation on your skin. You feel the moisture of your sweat and the cooling sensation of the wind blowing. Time is drifting by without notice. Time is of no concern. You feel free of barriers. You feel confident. You feel free. You are strong. You are ready for your run. Take a deep breath and move deliberately and confidently into your run. You are mentally and physically prepared to succeed. There is no pressure. You are focused on doing well in your run. Nothing is going to stand in your way. Now, slowly deepen the breath. Inhale and exhale. Deepen the breath further. Inhale and exhale. Last one. Deep inhale and exhale. Bring your awareness back to your body. Move your toes. Move your fingers. Slowly move your head side to side. Open your eyes slowly, letting the light flow in. Stay in stillness.